Hi, Jerry Mona with Motor Input. This video tip is specifically for people who run MotorGuide trolling motors. You know, every angler knows that sooner or later your pull cord is going to fail. And so when that happens, then you can be in a bit of a bind. Now, in the case of Minn Kota trolling motors, it's not too bad. And I'll show you that in just a moment, because you could actually manually release the bracket to stow your trolling motor. But for MotorGuide, or at least the one that I have here, which is an X3, they don't make it easy for you to do that. And so I've been out fishing all morning, had a really good morning, wanted to run to another spot, so I need to pull my trolling motor up, go pull the cord. It was binding somewhere. You could see the line start fraying and it would not give. And so my trolling motor was stuck in the down position. So my only recourse was to actually disconnect the trolling motor, set it on the front of my deck here so that I can get on home. But my day was done, unfortunately, and which is unfortunate because I was actually having a pretty good day. So in today's video, I'm going to show you an emergency way that you could release this bracket. And I'm making this video because I searched all over the internet, couldn't find anything. I eventually figured out how to do it. So I'm going to show you how to release this bracket in an emergency, and then I'm going to show you how to replace the pull cord. First, let me show you what the problem is. Okay, so as you know, the bracket is stuck in the down position. The cord is binding somewhere. And when I pull it, nothing happens. And if you look around, you don't see the release lever anywhere. It's all concealed in this thing. So that makes it really difficult to manually release that bracket. I'm going to show you what it looks like on Minn Kota, where you don't have this issue. So here is my old Minn Kota trolling motor. This one happens to be a Maxim. And if your cable were to fail, you can actually access this pin here. This actually, it's like a little hook eye. And again, hard to do this on camera, but you put a screwdriver in there, pull it up, and you can manually release that bracket and be on with your day. And you could actually, not the most convenient, but you could do that and you could continue fishing and not ruin your day. But of course, MotorGuide didn't have such a provision, which is amazing because they know those cords are going to fail. And so they should at least have an easy way to access it when it does. But alas, they do not, which may partially explain why they're no longer in business. So the MotorGuide trolling motor that I'm dealing with is the X3. It's a little bit older model. And so I don't know if this same approach will work with other models. So it'll minimally work for the X3. So I'm going to show you how to manually release that bracket. Okay, so now I'm going to explain how you release this bracket in an emergency. So as I mentioned, you really can't get access to the release lever. But if you look inside here, and it took me a little while to figure this out, there is a little, it's hard to see. You see that screw in there? That's kind of on the top end of the release lever. And this black at the base of it, that's actually part of the release lever. Now you can't grab that anywhere. You can't get the edges and pull it up. So what you need to do is take a wide bladed screwdriver, and I'll show you with this in a moment. I won't be able to do it in the camera because it actually takes a little bit of force. You take a wide blade screwdriver, you put it right up against that screw, and then you hit the screwdriver with the palm of your hand pretty hard, and it'll jolt that forward and allow you to release that bracket. So I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a second. Okay, so I already showed you the screw. Now I've got my flat bladed screwdriver up against the edge of that screw. And then what you want to do is with the palm of your hand, do that, and that'll release it like that. And again, so that's good in an emergency to help you to retrieve your trolling motor, and you could actually fish if you just don't mind doing a little bit of extra work to every time you want to stow and deploy your trolling motor. But that's how you can release it in an emergency. Next, I'm going to show you how to replace the cord itself. One other tip that'll make this project a little bit easier to release your bracket if you happen to have tools with you And that is to take an Allen wrench, and I believe it's a 6mm Allen wrench, and you remove these two bolts on each side of the bracket. Now, I did this with the trolling motor off, so I don't know, it may or may not make a difference, but take those off. And when you do that, this whole bracket, you can swing it upwards, which will give you direct access to those pins. So that'll make it easy to release that, rather than use that method with the flat bladed screwdriver and popping it with the palm of your hand. But that's only if you have the luxury of having a tool like this with you. So the first thing I want to do is just show you how the cable goes before we remove it and replace it. So here's the pull handle here. I put a block of wood fore and aft just so it doesn't lock in either the stowed or deployed position. And the cord goes through a little plastic guide here, and it'll be hard to see, but in the back there is a metal bar, and you can see just the cord goes just right over the top of that. So it goes over that metal bar, and then on the back side it comes down and it's tied off here on the lever, and the lever's right in this position. You can see I greased the crap out of it, so in case that was what was causing it to bind. And also, if you do that, recognize that there's also a lever down here that's somehow connected, so make sure you grease that point too. So all we're going to need to do is disconnect this, string a new line back through the opposite way, coming back over that metal bar through this guide, and we'll be in business. So to remove the old cord is pretty simple. There's no point in salvaging this since it's all frayed. So it's got a knot on one end. All I'm going to do is just take a knife, cut that off carefully, and then pull the rest of the cord on out. Actually, I'm going to cut more of this off, the frayed part too, pull that all out. Now, if I was going to do a more permanent fix for this, what I would do is go buy a 4-foot piece of cable, 3/16 in diameter, that is coated. If you have it coated, it'll roll over the bar and less likely to fray. That's what I would do. However, I'm planning on replacing this trolling motor soon, and so I'm going to do, a more intermediate fix. And I actually have the old cord from my Minn Kota that I took off, and it already had a knot in one end at the handle. So we'll use that in place of the knot that was already there, and we'll just run that through, fish it back up through here, and we should be in pretty good shape. So again, this is about a 4-foot piece of length. So if you're going to get, there's plenty you could buy online, pull cords for trolling motors. They can be fairly expensive. Like I said, a more economical and long-lasting approach to get yourself a 3/16 steel cable and use that instead. So all I'm going to do is just put it in through here, and this is going to be the tricky part, is to fish it up through this small opening and route it back up to where it needs to go. And I've got a pair of needle nose pliers and screwdrivers to kind of help guide it. So this is going to, obviously take a little bit of time. Okay, so I've pulled the cord through. It was actually not too difficult. It took me maybe a minute. I've already got a knot on one end that actually was already on there, but when if you go and use a cable, you'll probably need to use crimps, or if you've got a cord, tie a knot on the end so that it will hold in place. And so I'm just going to pull that all the way through. And that's all there is to it on that end. It's already come up through, over the steel bar and through the guide. So the last step is really just to attach the handle. So I'm just using what came. You can use your old handle. I'm just using the one from the Minn Kota that I salvaged over there. And so you just obviously put your line through the handle. There's a little washer that came with it. If you don't have that, you'll want to get a small washer like this. Put that over the cord. And then all you have to do now is just tie a knot to secure it in place. Make sure you tighten it down good. And we should be good to go. Okay, so I've put the trolling motor back into the bracket. and everything works really well. So again, you want to kind of pull your cord horizontally. Releases very well. Drops back in like it should. And then I can reverse the process. I will say that greasing the heck out of that pin area, the release lever, in both places helped a great deal. So again, if you're going to go through and replace your cord, you'll want to do that because it kind of was binding against that metal surface. And so when I put a lot of grease down there, made it a lot easier for that to release. So that may, again, make your cord last a little longer as well. So that's what you can do to release your MotorGuide trolling motor if your cord break and it's stuck in the down position, and how you go about repairing the cord afterwards. Well, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click on that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel to get my latest tips and insights to help you purchase, equip, and maintain your boat. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the water.